From the vast reaches of space, a warrior queen named Universa arrived on Earth. Her mission clear, but shrouded in secrecy. She sought something crucial, something that would determine the fate of her people. Far from her arrival point, in the city of Houston, a far greater crisis was brewing. The alien parasites, known as sequids, had multiplied at an alarming rate, threatening to take over the planet. Humanity was unaware, but Earth teetered on the edge of catastrophe. Meanwhile, Universa set her sights on a nuclear power plant. Her target not destruction, but the raw energy it held. With a single strike of her staff, she sent guards and workers fleeing as she began siphoning its power. At the same time, Mark Grayson, known to the world as Invincible, noticed a shift in Adam Eve's demeanor. She had grown distant, distracted by thoughts she hadn't shared. When he asked, she admitted her worries about her powers, how they had been acting unpredictably. But their conversation was cut short by an urgent call from their Invincible Incorporated business. The report was clear. A nuclear power plant was under attack. Without hesitation, Mark donned his suit, urging Eve to come along. The two soared across the sky, heading straight for the crisis. Upon their arrival, they were met with a fearsome sight. Universa stood amidst the chaos, her staff crackling with energy as she absorbed the plant's reserves. Mark immediately engaged, attempting to wrest the staff from her grasp, but she overpowered him with ease, sending him crashing through a concrete barrier. Mark, realizing brute force alone wouldn't be enough, tried reasoning with her. He had seen beings like her before, aliens desperate to save their own worlds by any means necessary. He believed they could find another way, but Universa dismissed his words. Her world, she revealed, was 8 times the size of Earth, and the energy required to sustain her people would leave Earth barren. She had no choice. Meanwhile, across the city, another battle raged. Brit, Bulletproof, Black Samson, Monster Girl, Robot, and Shapesmith prepared to combat the secret threat. Cecil Stedman, ever the strategist, deployed containment barriers to prevent further spread. The Guardians of the Globe knew the stakes. If they failed, Earth would fall. Brit relayed Robot's strategy. The disruption bracelets were key. They could sever the sequids from their hosts. Meanwhile, those without hosts would be marked with teleported darts, sending them into containment. As the battle commenced, Robot unleashed an energy pulse that momentarily disoriented the parasites, giving Bulletproof an opening to tag infected civilians with the darts. Monster Girl's unique physiology proved a natural defense. Her hardened monster skin prevented the sequids from latching on. Yet, despite their efforts, the infestation was spreading faster than anticipated. Back at the power plant, the fight between Universa and the heroes intensified. She unleashed a devastating blast from her staff, striking Mark down. As he struggled to his feet, he demanded to know the true nature of the weapon. Universa, with a proud and unwavering gaze, explained. It was the Staff of Leadership, an artifact passed down for millennia on her world. It channeled energy with enough force to level entire cities. Eve, determined to turn the tide, transmuted her hand into solid rock and launched an ambush. Universa countered effortlessly, sending Eve reeling. As Eve attempted another transmutation, she faltered, her powers betraying her once again. Instead of stone or metal, delicate flowers bloomed in her hands. A moment of hesitation was all Universa needed. Mark, seeing Eve in danger, threw himself in front of her just as a lethal energy blast was fired. The impact sent him sprawling. Universa regarded him with a rare moment of admiration. He was willing to die for someone he loved. She respected that. With grim determination, she prepared to end Eve's life. But Mark, through sheer will, reached out and grabbed her staff. The moment his fingers wrapped around it, a violent surge of energy coursed through his body. The staff rejected him, sending a paralyzing shockwave through his system. He collapsed, gasping for breath. Universa looked down at him, declaring that only those chosen by the world god could wield such power. Eve, filled with newfound resolve, launched herself at Universa with all her strength. Her fist connected with precision, knocking Universa off her feet. The warrior queen, stunned, realized too late that without her staff, her strength had been greatly diminished. Eve took advantage of this, swiftly overpowering her. Just then, Cecil arrived with urgent news. The secret invasion was escalating. Mark, still recovering, knew he couldn't afford to rest. Elsewhere in the city, the battle was turning grim. The Sequid-possessed Russ Livingston had become a monstrous force, overwhelming the Guardians of the Globe. Despite their best efforts, the tide was turning against them. Earth was under siege from multiple fronts, and the worst was yet to come. And that's where we'll leave it for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown of Invincible, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into your favorite comics. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this chapter and what you're excited to see next. See you in the next video.